All right guys, Jackson and I are about to dig into my absolute #1 favorite fish sandwich, and this is a recipe you don't want to miss. But first we're gonna go back and we're gonna actually show you how we caught these walleyes today. Then we'll come back to the kitchen and I'll show you how to make fish melts with jalapeno tartar sauce. Let's get going and see how we caught these fish. Hey, what is going on? We are finally out on Lake Superior, back in the Lund today. I'm with Amos, my buddy. We're out here trolling for walleyes again. I just posted a video. We just crushed them last time. It's been a little slower today, but that's okay. All we need is a few fish, because what I'm going to do today is a walleye catch and cook. We've got a couple in the live well already, and looks like another one coming. So we'll finish out the day fishing, catch a few more fish, then we'll go back to the kitchen and I'll show you how to make one of my absolute favorite fish sandwiches. So stay tuned. And that right there is exactly what we're coming after. These upper teens walleyes out of Lake Superior, absolutely delicious. We're going to catch a few more hopefully here. We've got a couple in the box already, like I said, but we're starting to get the pattern together here, and I'll go over that too, but that's a perfect one for the box. So we just caught one on a shad wrap, and they've got a bunch of new colors that just came out last year. This is one of them. Purple is always a killer in Lake Superior. I don't know why, for everything. So we're just going to put another one of those out. And we've got a couple fish on deep husky jerks today too. So we're running those back about 100 feet. So they're running down like 15 in 20 feet of water, just off the bottom, just enough to get those fish coming after them. We found a very different water conditions than last time. Last time we had dark water way down the shoreline. Today, it's all pushed into a completely different area, and that darker water is definitely the key. That's where they're at. So we started catching fish as soon as we got into this kind of tea-colored water. So we're just kind of running back and forth a little bit shallower in here. And hopefully we'll pull a couple more here pretty quick. But we've got 4 fish in the box and we got 6 to go to get to a limit. So when you run all the way up here, you want to bring some fish back, and we're kind of keeping those perfect eaters today. So
another one on this shad wrap.
So interesting catching these fish on shad wraps that are probably only down about 10 feet. They're about halfway down the water column. But sometimes when you get lethargic fish, like today, it seems like they're not fired up. They see that thing over the top of them, they make the move to go towards it, and then they just commit to it. Whereas if you run right over the top of them, sometimes they just won't hit it. It's a good one. There we go. Another nice eater. So that's kind of the classic old shad wrap and fire tiger, which has always been a great color, especially in this dirtier water like we're fishing today. Purples, any kind of purple and any kind of chartreuse are kind of my 2 favorite go-to colors in this dirty water. So that's fish number 5. So like I mentioned, if you want to know more details about kind of how we're fishing today, I just uploaded a video before this one that really explains a lot more of this Great Lakes trolling program, and it works really on any lake. So I'll leave a link down below for that video. Today we're just going to catch the fish and kind of focus more on the cooking part. Fish on! That didn't take long. We just switched out another bait to a fire tiger raplet tail dancer this time, just to try something a little different action. And we're using these new PC Fun Alejo low profile reels with the line counter, and they're absolutely amazing for this kind of trolling. Having a good line counter on there is really nice, and just having that lower profile lighter reel is really working out well for these fish. Really strong drag on here, very smooth reels. I'll leave a link in the description for these reels, and I'll leave a discount code here too, as you guys get a little discount on them if you go to the website. There we go, another one for the box, another perfect eater. All right guys, so one thing we noticed in this warm water, we got about 70-degree water. We really don't want these fish dying in the live well and sitting in there in that warm water. So what we're gonna do is cut the gills, let them bleed out in the live well, and then we brought a cooler with ice in it for just this purpose in case we had to ice some fish. And it's a much better idea to do that than let them sit in there all day in that warm water. You'll have much better fillets at the end of the day if you ice them down, bleed them out and ice them down. We were just looking at the boards and we noticed one was kind of dragging behind a little bit. And sometimes if it's not a real big fish, you gotta watch that. There'll be a fish on there. Oh, he's barely hooked.
See?
Yeah. May want to net that one. And sure enough, There he is. Another eater. Here comes number 8. Boat flip. There. Whoa. Good eater.
Good eater.
That's a perfect size, actually.
Fire tiger again.
Yep, fire tiger has been the color today. Well, we were just pulling the spread to go try doing a little casting and sharpshooting for fish here for a little bit. And I think I got number 9 on here right now. There we go, walleye number 9. We can keep one more, but I think we're gonna leave it out of the box just so we can go target them with the jigs for a little bit. See if we can catch them that way. It's usually a good idea to leave one spot open at least in your live well if you're targeting walleyes before you limit out. So that is a good eater though, just the perfect size. There, I got him.
Nice.
He hit it on the fall. Oh, he followed it forever. He came up like 15 feet off the bottom, and then I just let it drop and he smoked it on the fall. It's a decent one. Yeah, there we go. Well, there we go, guys. We decided to kind of take the jigging rods and chase these fish just with forward-facing sonar. And we've been catching quite a few fish. I don't know, we caught maybe 10 or so. We're gonna throw him in the box and head on home. All right, guys, I'm back at the house. I've got a cooler full of iced down, bled out walleyes. I'm gonna get them filleted really quick here. You guys already probably know that I do a lot of fillet tutorials. I'll leave a couple links down below on how to fillet a walleye. So let's get these cleaned up and head in the house and make some dinner. So there you go, guys. It was a really fun day out there. Unfortunately, Jackson wasn't able to make it there, but he's gonna help me in the kitchen today, and hopefully we'll make it back there where Jackson can come and catch some of those fish too. Right. But now it's time to cook this walleye. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start by frying the walleye in some spicy catch and cook. You guys know I love catch and cook. I'm gonna cut that down a little bit with flour, half and half flour and spicy catch and cook, just because I don't want that spice on the fish to overpower the jalapeno spice in the tartar sauce. Then I'm gonna show you how we make the tartar sauce and how we mix that up. And then I'll show you how to put the whole sandwich together on some Kaiser rolls. And it is an absolutely fantastic recipe. So let's get started by cooking this fish. So like I said, I've mixed flour half and half with this spicy catch and cook coating. And we're just gonna shake it up in this container and mix it. Now we're just gonna take each piece of fish, dip it in some beaten eggs here, and then coat it with our catch and cook mix. So now that I have the fish breaded, we're just gonna let that sit for a little bit, kind of let that breading stick to the fish. And in the meantime, we're gonna get our oil poured into our cast iron pan here. So I'm just gonna get about 1/4 inch of oil in the bottom of this pan, get it nice and covered. We'll get that heating up, and then we'll make our tartar sauce in the meantime while that's heating up. So it's a really simple recipe. 1 cup of mayonnaise, 1/3 cup of pickle relish, just sweet pickle relish, and then 1/4 cup of diced jalapenos with the seeds removed. So we're gonna mix all that up in a bowl, and then we're gonna add just a nice squeeze of lemon juice to that. And that is an excellent, nice and spicy hot tartar sauce that you can use for anything, but it really, really goes well on these sandwiches. So while I'm making this tartar sauce, I'm gonna also have Jackson butter up our Kaiser rolls, and we're gonna put those right on the griddle and get those nice and toasted on the inside. All right, now we've got our oil heated to about 350, and we're just gonna lay these fillets in here and cook them till they're done, about 4 or 5 minutes. All right, guys, we have our fish cooked. We've got our jalapeno tartar sauce made. We've got our buns heated up, and now it's time to assemble the sandwiches. So what we're gonna use for cheese is the best cheese for this, and it's the cheapest American cheese you can get, and that is gonna give you the best sandwich. In case you didn't notice, we're not trying to be healthy here with this sandwich. This is just an absolute comfort food. So I'll show you how to put these sandwiches together now. All right, guys, so all we're gonna do is take our 2 pieces, our top and our bottom of our bun. We're gonna add our fish, get a bunch of nice spicy fish on there. I like about 3 pieces, nice and thick. Then we're gonna throw our cheese on top of that. And if your sandwich is hot enough, it's gonna melt the cheese if you just took that fish off like we did. You can put this in the microwave or you can put it in the oven for a second to let that cheese melt, but it's still pretty hot, so we're good. Now what we're gonna do with our tartar sauce is just take a nice bunch of that jalapeno tartar sauce, slather it all over the top bun, slap that on there, and now we're talking. All right guys, we are finally ready to taste these things. We've got them all assembled. Jackson is gonna try his with just dipping it in the tartar sauce. So if you have people who are a little less likely to like sauce or less inclined to like heat and jalapeno, you can always put that on the side. You don't have to put it on the sandwich, but I know I'm gonna like mine on the sandwich because I've had this many times. So let's see how that first bite goes, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I got it on my shirt. It's a messy one, but so good. I'm telling you guys, this sandwich is the bomb. I mean, it is so stinking good. And I'll leave a link down below for that catch and cook because it really goes well with these sandwiches. So make sure you support the channel by purchasing through that link and support Catch and Cook as well. But I promise you, there is nobody I know who wouldn't like these sandwiches. So give them a try. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Get hooked up.
I would buy that in a restaurant.